stories are coming in from the local scene, and at the same time internationally, our teams are trying to strategize to see that, of course, they finished the season very well. But in other stories, you'll be seeing that the rallies also keep going on very, very well. Now, with me is Benson Pastore. With me is Linda Susie. We shall be discussing a few of the big talking points from all the angles. One of the biggest is the interesting story that came in that, of course, the introduction of the blue card is going to be one of the biggest thing in the world of football. We shall be letting you know what exactly will the blue card mean, because you know what the yellow card means and the red card, what exactly you, or what are the penalties you take for. But the blue card has a specific one that you will be looking into. Allow me to introduce the team in the studios. Of course, the only lady, I should say, who does who gives you what it matters in Western region is Linda. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you so much, Owen. Good afternoon, Owen. Good afternoon, my colleague. And good afternoon, viewer. I should say you're most welcome. 2 to 3. We are already in the house and fully prepared to, of course, give you whatever it is that is sports. And we are here up to 3 p.m.
Interestingly, I have Benson Pastore also in the studios, and this time round, he should be telling us more about what exactly is happening in the local scene right here. Benson, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, Susie. Not forgetting about the viewers who are getting us right now. The biggest talking point, I think, today is all about the introduction of blue card. I know that in Wales, the amateur leagues and also the amateur leagues we have in England, they have been there before. The only remaining thing is for FIFA to approve it in the elite leagues we have in the whole world. And at the same time, this weekend is full of top of the table class. In Spanish La Liga, Girona, the team which is following Real Madrid keenly, will be tussled it out with the Los Blancos. And also in German Bundesliga, a very big clash between Bayer Leverkusen and the team of Bayern Munich, a derby. And the team of Bayer Leverkusen is still unbeaten, and they are maintaining the log, and everyone is waiting to see if the unbeaten will be stopped by the team of Bavarians, plus the other stories. And as usual, we kickstart our discussion with what is happening within the country of Uganda.
Liverpool has a bad sign already. 5 players will be missing, and that is their game against Burnley. And of course, I think it's a very bad one, and some injury concerns that we shall be giving you. But all in all, yesterday there was an emergency meeting between the Nduparaka Board of Directors and the fans, probably also the management. A lot of things that happened and arised into this, and probably the issue at hand is how exactly the team is coming in there. And now, of course, the board of directors and the management have promised that the team will be bouncing back strong and stronger, just like I did tell you before, that is what exactly will be coming from a different of course, 1 or 2 words that we have kept pushing in right there. Now, of course, how prepared the team is, how exactly the teams will be getting ready is one thing that someone will really, really want to know in there. But I can confirm to you that the team is coming back stronger and bigger. For that is the round 2, or the second round of the start time. No, the FIFA Big League this time round, powered by Bet Power, of course. That league is in 2 weeks' time. It should be starting, according to the reports in there. We're waiting for the fixtures, and that is one big thing I can say. But all in all, I want to give the podium to the rest of the pundits. I've given you information as the public relations by the club that this is what is coming back, and the board of directors of course, the 2 of them came on board, giving information to, that is the fans, the supporters, of what exactly they are and how exactly they think the team needs to come back stronger and how ready they are to bounce back in right there. So with that, I want to say there's going to be a state of a team that has already been set on ground to see that the team runs the club and pushes in right a big way. So all those will be coming right there. But all in all, Susie, you were part of the meeting, and what are positivities or negativities did you pick out of this?
Basically, that meeting that the board of directors had with the fan base generally, to me, I think it was quite a very good one, and it was very encouraging to get to know at least that the team eventually gets to come back together and have a focus and have one way to move and have a mission, I should say. But if you look at the first round of Big League that actually went through, everyone was left in suspense. Everyone was left in air, hanging here and there. Of course, trying to find out exactly whether the board of directors were there or not, because if you followed closely, you'd actually get to understand that somehow at the start of the season, the board of directors were like, for them theirs is enough. They want to be called a fun and all that and all that. So there was some little bit of anxiety, I should say, on the fan base, because basically everyone wanted to understand whether they had abandoned Onduparaka or they were still back at Onduparaka or helping here and there and all that. And it is only yesterday that they came through to make it known that they are back as a board of directors, and they're not giving away the team, and they are ready to work with every other person that was willing and ready to work. They needed to get back to work and get Onduparaka back to the glory days. We all know what is happening with Onduparaka lately. I think all this was being attributed to the absence of there is the board of directors. The decision they went down to make, that they came out yesterday publicly to say they are back and bigger, I think is something that is very energizing to, first of all, fans, and then something that is very energizing to there is players and the rest of the stakeholders that are associated with the club, and every other person now awaits actually the return of fixtures that initially was supposed to be on 14th, but somehow the clubs were allowed to concentrate into there is Uganda Cup, Stanley Cup, and the return of second round has been pushed to around the 24th, 25th there. So whatever the address was yesterday, there was a lot that any other person could pick and choose to understand in their own ways. But all I can say is that this is a very good positive to energize every other person that is attached to Onduparaka Football Club.
I can confirm to you yet again that how we said, or how I've said to you, is that this is a club of big brand. Just a moment of posting yesterday that we are back is one big thing. Of course, a slogan that is used to just make sure that the fans and the rest are, of course, ready to push the club right there. Benson, that is one thing that has gone. If you go to the insights on social handles right now, that is the most trending, of course, statement, or that is the most trending story right now all over. It has even beaten the rest of the vibes that are going in there. I love following social media. I'm always on social media trying to see how insights from different topics and this and that put in there. So right now as I talk, the club's insight, the insight or the most trending on, that is the social handles, Twitter or Facebook, is "We are back." What does that signify?
Okay, normally there is a simple saying that action speaks better than words. We did see the directors of Royal Hill Sports Club saying that the fans will be calm, the team will be getting back to the second tie of StarTimes Uganda Premier League, and at the end that one did not yield anything. The only result was to see that the team of Royal Hill Sports Club being demoted to FUFA Big League. And yes, you people had a meeting, and orally everything was okay, and people are waiting to see what you people discussed in the meeting, what the directors discussed in the meeting will also be in position to yield any fact on the table. And we are all praying that this time the team on the Onduparaka Football Club won't be affected, because on the other side, the Royal Hill Sports Club has already been nullified from the top tier of Ugandan football. And as I said, the action part of it will work when the second phase of the season kickstarts. Right now, you look at where the team is. The team is in the middle of the table. I know before the new season of FUFA Big League kickstarted, they had that ambition, they had that zeal, the statement itself that the team will be looking forward to see that they gain promotion back to where they were relegated. But you look at how they are performing, not even the way how everyone actually expected. And I'm hopeful that this time the team will be able to regain the force, at least to finish in a better position. But to me, that's according to me, getting back to StarTimes Uganda Premier League this time, it won't happen with the team of Onduparaka Football Club. Okay, a very big one. Of course, it depends on how exactly the team puts the structures and the lines very well. It is yet, if you look at the statistics, you would say there's still a very big chance of any other team to probably progress from where they are, because if you look at the gap difference from there, it's top three that goes automatic, and back to how the winning ways will be. Of course, the biggest challenge that Onduparaka had, or we in Onduparaka that we had, was one issue of
not getting into winning their away games. Of course, if that can be worked upon, then the consistency level is one key thing. I don't think Onduparaka has lost at Greenlight Stadium, and that is one thing if embraced and put forward from the Uganda, the FUFA Big League, and you put in this country, then you are going to be there. Of course, I want to publicly say that the statement or the weight is now from the Federation of Uganda Football Association. We'll wait for them to give us the last bit of it, because there's that we forfeited a game, and of course wrote back to them of the reasons why the games were not played, something that is there. But key things in that game, or in the meeting that I also got, is I think the West Nile media is one key thing that was raised about. Personal, it may not be all, but a few that who really always love to see that this negativity is one thing that they need to. And one of the members in the diaspora did say, where they are, they always see the negativities are there, but positivities keep harder, or they're high. And what kills these football clubs in Uganda is the negativity bit of it. Because I want to say, if right now I come and say Susan FC, let's say, has this and that negatively, it's going to impact. And why I've always seen this is that very many people look onto things of negativity to help them. Of course, I think, I don't know how to say it, but to help them get the influence or something of that kind, but not knowing that it impacts. Because right now, let's look at a club like Arua Hill right now is demoted. Where are those players going to be? They are nowhere near to now play this season. That means they're jobless. Let's say if Onduparaka is relegated, or it's no more, where will the rest head? Look at the days of Diofe Hills. Look at the days of Rua Centros. Those players who were in that, most of them, because of frustration, they're doing other different things which has affected them in there. So let's look into and care about our own people. Because a club like Arua Hill, a club like Onduparaka, a club like Leo Football Club is a source of employment to very many of us. At the borders, when these people come, fetch people and take to Greenlight, take to Barifa, that's source of income. The hotels work. So if we are going to be fighting for negativity, then out for the downfall of a club, trust me, we are killing the business or the economy of West Nile at large. I still emphasize, can we have a symposium that will really push the brands and the clubs in West Nile, so that people know that this is A, B, C, D. When we do this, it will affect us this way. So those are some of the things that
Owen, I want to put one thing about West Nile football. Much as people say that, in fact, thematic development about football has been forgotten in the entire region of West Nile. People look at football as a game of unity, but in West Nile region, people are looking at football as a game of enmity and as a game of separation, and this thing alone continues to affect West Nile football. Ask me, it's true. You look at Onduparaka Football Club with the Arua Hill Sports Club. Me, I'm a honest person. The two clubs don't like each other. They don't have the love for each other. You look at the club, Arua City with the Alpha Rising Stars. Maybe you look at the two clubs from Ujumbe, Araka with the Kotse. There is that enmity, there is that separation amidst these clubs we have in West Nile region. To me, I looked at it as one of the factors which is killing West Nile football. If we can improve along that area, I think we can be in position to lift our football. Otherwise, I see West Nile football dying just because of enmity and separation.
If you talk about enmity between two clubs, for me, I look at it as rivalry. And this rivalry has been there time immemorial. It is almost amidst all teams that come from the same township, I should say, or the same district or city. This has been there basically between the two biggest teams. This is not only locally, even internationally. Let's just narrow this down to derbies. There is no derby where you find that the two teams are peaceful, the two teams love themselves and all that. So basically, all we have to say is that the rivalry will always continue, the banter will always continue. Only that one key factor that everyone has to narrow down to is that let the rivalry and banters be healthy in the aspect of promoting both teams. This way, we shall, of course, move to better and bigger heights.
Now, one thing I want to say is that people really don't know about the rivalry, and that's the reason why Benson is saying it's enmity. Yes, people take the rivalry in a wrong way, that they take it so hard that they go even up to issues of being personal. You can have banters everywhere on social handles or any other platform, but at last, can you do it with purpose? We saw Cindy and Shiba, that is in the entertainment world of music. Their banters were really, you may think this is that, but at last the issue was to make sure that you come in and attend, make sure that this comes, and they made their money. Now, can we do banters and rivalry for making monies for these clubs? Is one thing, but individuals take it personal. The fans we're having, most of them, I should say, take it personal, and which is not okay. If I have issues with Susie, just because I love Onduparaka, I shouldn't go and attack Benson because he's a fan of Arua Hill Sports Club. Now take it personal. It's because this and that, and you see friendship being separated. I think those are some of the things that are killing us, because we don't give our time to analyze in there. Some of us came when we already lost. We come in football because others come because others are there.
True.
It is just like how they used to ask us in maybe the social studies, and like, why do people migrate? Others migrate because others are. So those are some of the things that keep coming in there. And you come to the world of soccer, it's all about the love for something. When you don't love, or when you don't understand the football world, you come in as a fan. There are some people who have never watched any game of Arua Hill, they have never watched any game of Onduparaka, but they say, because of a friend, I am a Arua Hill fan. And when anything happens, or when I talk bad against Arua Hill right now, that person will take it so personal. Owen does not like Arua Hill. Owen does not love Onduparaka. So those are some of the things I think we need to sensitize people about. But I want to say, as the team keeps going on, we shall be giving up a new structure that will be pushing the team. The boys are coming back stronger from that is the break. Of course, the contributions are going on, and introduction of the membership card is still ongoing. Clubs should, all fans and supporters should embrace that, so that they have fully decision making in the club. You have issues of I am a fan, but you're not a registered fan. It affects a club. Not only Arua Hill, not only Onduparaka, not only Paida Black Angels have real identity with the clubs. Not only Vipers. Sports Club Villa is one club that has gotten members. It is totally run by board of trustees. And these are the board of trustees that make sure that Sports Club Villa stands. They contribute. They make sure it happens. So if you are going to be in football right now, let's say, come with a purpose, come pay your membership, become a member by paying. Registered fans will show you, you can have decision making. And that is what I think Susan will be advocating for all the time, that get registered and make sure you have decision making in the club.
Owen, okay, Susie. First
registration, I think a registration of any other fund into any club, basically, let us look at Onduparaka's case here, because this is exactly what we are discussing. If you are a registered fund, trust me, you have given almost all the benefits. And this brings you a very sweet feeling of being attached to the club. Basically, if we are talking about Onduparaka, trust me, there is no way you go to any other part in Uganda or any other part of the world and talk about Onduparaka and not find a positive anywhere. So basically, like you had said, I would also want to use this very opportunity to, of course, call out every other person that loves Onduparaka, every other person that, of course, is attached to Onduparaka to please come through and register. Registration is at a very free cost. You can just come through, give us your details, and get registered as a fan or as a supporter or as anything you feel like, so long as you want to be attached to there is a Onduparaka Football Club. The registration bit of it comes with a lot of benefits for both you as a fan and also for the club, because one, sponsorship deals that would come through for the club, the sponsor would want to wish to know his guarantee that is based on the number of fan base that the club has. So if we all come through to register, trust me, this is going to make work a little bit earlier, and this comes through with a lot of benefits and the feeling of being attached to, of course, one of the biggest brands of football in Uganda, I should say.
Yeah, just some small bit of comparison to understand the unity and the rivalry in football. Let me start home here. In Greater Nebi region, we have so many derbies, so many rivals. You may mention teams like Paida Black Angels, Paida United, Nebi Central. But once Paida Black Angels progresses to maybe meet a team in Nile Zone to see who can be able to go for the playoffs of FIFA Big League, all the rivals in Greater Nebi region will all turn and support Paida Black Angels as in Nebi Central. And in Europe, we know that AS Roma and Lazio, they are rivals. They all share the same pitch called the Stadio di Olimpico. They all come from the city of Rome. Once AS Roma goes to play in a final of a European Cup, you will see fans of Lazio all rallying behind the team AS Roma, because they know that at the end the gong will be coming at the city of Stadio di Olimpico. The same thing applies to Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Once they meet like this, the rival part of it will be there between the fans. But once Real Madrid goes away, maybe plays PSG in a final of UEFA Champions League, all the fans of Atletico Madrid, they will be behind Real Madrid, knowing that the gong will be coming at Madrid. The same thing, the biggest rival, we all know that is in Argentina. Once Boca Juniors meets River Plate like this, but when Boca Juniors was playing Fluminense in the finals of Copa Libertadores, all the fans of River Plate, they were behind the team of Boca Juniors, knowing that the gong of Copa Libertadores was coming home. So we should understand rival with unity and at the same time support. I've just been comparing this one, giving a relationship such that our West Nile fans of football can understand what is happening within the region.
Okay, that's a very big one, and that takes me away from there. And I want to now take our focus to the Star Times Uganda Premier League, where, of course, games were played yesterday, and a surprise, a frustration moment for that is the team of Viper Sports Club in the UPL yesterday, after Charles Livingston Baba's side was held by the only side of Gaddafi, of course, who held the team to very, very big side of saying that they had a goalless draw, and that draw meant very, very important for that is the team of Gaddafi. Looking at all this, if you see the team of Vipers, what went wrong?
Yes, you look at the team of Vipers, you know, the current coach of Vipers is still a new man, in that is still a sick. But he needs time to understand these players, and at the same time, these players also needs time to adapt into his playing system. He came towards the closer of first round, winning 2 or 3 games, and people thought that he had actually started. But at the end, you find that, in fact, at the beginning of the second phase, he has started messing. Remember, the first game was postponed when the other teams were engaging in the first game. For him, he did not play. But playing that barren draw with the team of Gaddafi has put a lot of pressure on the coach himself and also these boys, because the barren draw they had, it keeps on widening the points gap between themselves and probably the teams that are ahead of Vipers, more especially Bull. Bull is now 6 points ahead of the team of Vipers. If they are not serious, this might be the time for a team to create a history, because it's going to be the first of its kind. We are seeing Bull this time winning it, having a points gap of 6, and this is a team which started the season very well, in the middle performing very well, now 3 quarters almost done, performing very well. Me, I will say in summary, this might be the time for Bull, but I will say it's still too early, because the other teams also coming at a terrible speed.
Bull and Vipers, this time around, I think every other person that came through to play the two teams that are fighting neck to neck in the title race. I think the two teams that actually played then prepared very well for them, because we also saw Bull being held to a draw, same like Vipers. And Vipers being held to a 0-0 by Gaddafi, trust me, this is very shocking, because this is the same Gaddafi that Maroons went to beat at home at Gaddafi Arena recently in the match that Maroons played last before Gaddafi came to play. There is a Vipers. And Gaddafi coming up to play an all 0-0 with Vipers is a very good one for Gaddafi, by the way. It can uplift their spirit, because if you look at their position, it's very worrying. And every other team this time around wants to, of course, gain 3 points using Gaddafi. Then if they come through and also hold down the Giants, who sits at position number 2 and that is fighting for the trophy at a 0-0, trust me, it's a very good one for Gaddafi and a very bad one for there is Mbabazi Livingstone in office at Vipers.
Of course, that's what exactly you can talk about. Now, Gaddafi lies at number 13. Of course, just some few points behind the team of Busoga. Busoga is here to play a game. After playing it, we'll be seeing them also crossing right there if they win their game. So it's so big. But also in other games, you did see Maroons also yesterday having a game. And their game also ended in a goalless. And that meant that Wakiso Giants and Bull, they could not see each other's net yesterday. What does that mean for Maroons? We thought they were going to be one of the big sides.
You look at Maroons, unlike the start of the season, but this time Maroons, it's very, very unpredictable on the side of Maroon, because the moment you will expect them to win, that's when they will come up with a draw. The moment you will expect them to pick a draw, that's when they will come up with a surprising win. You look at Wakiso Giants. Wakiso Giants, last season they performed well. This season has not been a good one for them. Right now you look at the log, they sit somewhere down in the relegation zone, and we're already into the final round of the season, whereby every team is energizing to see that they avoid the relegation. And the team Wakiso Giants being a team that has always been performing very well, it will be a shame if they end up relegated, or if they end up finishing in a position which may not favor the fans. I think the pressure was all on the team of Wakiso Giants to see that they grab the maximum number of points. But picking a draw against the Maroons, the side that has been performing extremely very well, is not a bad one, and they will balance the 3 points when it comes to playing teams of their way.
Okay, there's going to be Villa taking on Chitara. Chitara is going to be at home, and this is a game that needs to be one big one today. Chitara have kept consistency of keeping still second on the logger. They're only 5 points shy, the table leader, which is the team of Bull Football Club, because 37 and 32 means a big one in right there for them. So Villa, Chitara, what are you expecting, Susie?
Villa Chitara, this is going to be a very huge one, a very tense game. Villa these days has bounced back into their winning ways. Whereas Chitara never loses games at home, whatever the case is. I've not seen a team in the first round of sometimes Junior Premier League that is going to play Chitara at home and come back with 3 points, unless I'm not well informed. But to the best of my knowledge, picking 3 points from Chitara, it's quite very hard. And this morning, as I prepared to come for work, the first choice goalkeeper over there is a Villa. I'm talking about our owner, there is a Fidru Norman, gave through a call and decided to ask me if at all we were aware that they had a game with Chitara, and if we were aware of the team is and all that. I told him, yeah, we are. And I tried asking him how prepared they were. They told me they want to go in there to collect all the 3 points. If it fails, then they're going to share in the points with Chitara. I told him it's going to be a little bit hard, and I said they're going to do their best. They don't have injuries apart from 1-2 guys that are away, but then they are going to do in their best. And Chitara, basically, to me, I think it's going to be very hard for Villa to pick a win from there is a Chitara.
It's a very tough one, as today also NEC will be playing, by the way. NEC has a game today, so we're waiting to see how exactly they will be progressing. They are playing Barara City, and that's the game in there. Are we expecting NEC to win? They're already on number 17th. Number 7th. I did say NEC was a new team, and just they need to keep themselves into the league.
Yeah, exactly. Just in summary, you look at most of the newly promoted sides, they are performing extremely very well. I should say extremely very well, because you look at all the newly promoted sides, I think there is no another side which is going downwards. NEC at home, NEC has always been a very good team when it comes to playing at Lugogo, but you look at Mbara, there was a time Mbara traveled up to Lugogo, they managed to come back with something back to Mbara City, and this is a hard game, I should say, for the both sides, because the second phase has just started. Mbara City, where they are sitting, not also in a very good position. NEC, they want to continue with how they want to continue with the performance they actually put on the table at the start of the season. But to me, I want to be surprised if this game will end in a stalemate, either 1-1 or else in a barren draw.
Okay, a very big one, and that brings us to that is the conclusion of this show today, and probably we're saying a very big day.